afternoon, students. This is our very first class, chemistry, in class 9th A. Till class 8, you have been learning science as a single subject, which includes physics, chemistry, biology. Now in class 9, we deal with these particular subjects separately. Now let me first ask you, what is the basis of chemistry? There is only one word, that is matter. Now what is matter? Matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. Any solid substance, anything that you come across, all these things are said to contain matter in it. So anything or any particular thing present in this universe which occupies space and has mass can be simply referred to as matter. Now what are the characteristics of these matter? Number 1. Particles of matter are very small in nature. Now when you consider about this matter, as a simile, we can consider a particular building in which brick is the smallest unit. Similarly, any matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Now the word atom has been referred years back or centuries back in the Upanishads. The word was termed there as Paramanu, which was later coined in the chemical terms or scientific terms as atom. Coming back to matter, as I have told you, matter is anything which occupies space, it has mass. So any species in the universe can be considered as matter. Whatever you come across, they are all matter. Solid substances are there. Your paper, pen, book, we ourselves, anything that we come across, provided two things it has to satisfy. It should have mass and space. Let us come to the characteristics of matter. Number 1. As I have told you, matter has extremely small particles in it. There is an activity mentioned in our NCERT textbook regarding potassium permanganate that is dissolved in water. The color of potassium permanganate is purple. A very small piece of potassium permanganate is taken and is dissolved in a beaker containing water. We see that the color of the solution turns pink or say purple. Suppose a small drop of this solution is taken and is poured into another beaker containing water, still the color persists. Again take a small quantity, pour it into another beaker containing water, still color is present. So the amount of substance present in each transfer is very small, but we still see there is a color existing in the solution. Therefore, we now conclude that matter has extremely small particles in it. Now, when you take potassium permanganate or commonly common salt and dissolve it in water, what happens is as you stir the solution, the salt particles get dissolved or potassium permanganate particles get dissolved. Actually, where do these particles go? They go into the intermolecular spaces between the water particles. Particles will be going into the space between water molecules. As such, volume does not increase much. Though we take 100 ml, add 1 teaspoonful of salt in it and then stir it well, we see that volume of the solution does not immediately become say 200 ml or 300 ml. Likewise, the particles can very well go into the space between the water molecules. Number 2. Using this above concept or the above example what we have pointed out, we see that water molecule is also a liquid, that is also a matter. Hence, the particles can go into the space between the matter. Or the second feature of matter is that matter has space between them. In some cases, we may see slight deviations. Say for example, hard solid, say a rock or say a book, etc. But in majority of the cases, when we generalize, we see that there are space between particles present in matter. Number 3, when you consider, suppose in the morning you feel air is blowing or the speed of wind, etc. In such cases, we see that these particles are always continuously moving. Liquid molecules, as you know, say water or oil or other substances, kerosene, petrol, etc. They have a flow behavior. They keep moving. So another characteristic what we can see is that particles of matter are continuously moving. Except in a few cases, like if you keep a book on a table, it doesn't seem to move. Likewise, there are other substances also. In some cases at least, this particular fact does not hold good. But in majority of the cases, say liquids or in gases, the above fact is true. Another thing, suppose you place a drop of water on a table. What is the formula for water? Chemical formula for water? You would have known, that is H2O. There are 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom which are combined chemically in a ratio. So in H2O, when you just place a drop of water on a table, you never see water molecules. There are say 100 water molecules splitting up and going in different directions. Here what happens is, we know there is a force of attraction existing between the particles. There are forces of attraction existing between the particles of matter. Therefore, there are 4 points that we have generalized today. One, on the basis of one important concept, that is matter. What is the definition for matter? Matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. What is the smallest unit present in matter? That is atom. What are the characteristics of matter? Number 1, matter has particles which are very small. Number 2, there are space between the particles present in matter. Number 3, particles present in matter are continuously moving. And number 4, particles present in matter has a force of attraction existing between themselves. You should be very familiar with your textbook. Please do continuously or consistently read your NCERT textbook line by line. Each line gives a particular concept or a particular fact regarding what has to be learned in class 9 or in higher classes. You should maintain a notebook. Notes will be sent in the Google Classroom. Please go through this once again. Make the concepts very clear. So in this particular part, we have discussed only one very simple aspect of chemistry. Chemistry is laid on the building blocks of matter, and I have told you matter can be considered as any particular species in the universe which has mass and it occupies space. We came to know about the smallest unit present in matter, that is atom. We know while building a very multi-storied building or the walls of your house, anything is based on the smallest unit. Similarly, in a house, we know the smallest unit is the brick. Similarly, in matter, which is the base of chemistry, matter is laid on the building blocks of atom. That is the smallest unit. So in your NCERT textbook, there are a few activities mentioned against the characteristics of matter. Please go through them. The notes will be sent. You should maintain a 200 pages notebook for chemistry separately. Physics, biology, all the 3 are to be maintained in separate notebooks. You should maintain the index page clearly. Middle half of your book can be utilized for homework session. The first half can be used for your classwork. The first half you may please start writing as matter in our surroundings. In that chapter, please go through your NCERT textbook regarding matter, the introduction part, then the characteristics of matter. These many things have to be read many number of times. Please have the habit of reading the NCERT textbook daily. Concepts may not be, some of the concepts may not be very simple. We have altogether only 4 chapters in chemistry. Regarding matter, first 2 chapters, and regarding atom, the next 2 chapters. As such, there are only 4 chapters. Concepts are actually what we have just now discussed. They are the building blocks of a science pursuing student in higher classes. So you should be very familiar about the concepts, facts present in class 9, so that you may be able to grasp the concepts in class 10 as well as in higher classes. So the notes will be sent. Please do complete the notes in time. Maintain your books neatly. As soon as school reopens or whenever, as early as we meet, I'll ask you to submit the books so that your work can be assessed. So we'll meet again. Thank you. Have a nice day.